Amigas y amigos de Metalópolis, ¿cómo están? Qué gusto me da el poder darles la bienvenida a una plática muy especial que estamos por tener con Samuli Federley. Samuli Federley es un guitarrista finlandés especializado en el shred metal, esta propuesta musical donde el virtuosismo y la técnica de los guitarristas es fundamental. Samuli se estará presentando muy pronto en Ciudad de México en el próximo Imperio Azteca Metal Fest, evento que Conclave Infernal tiene para ti. Así que te invitamos a que nos acompañes en esta charla para conocer más sobre Samuli y su técnica musical. Hi Samuli, welcome to Metalopolis Podcast. How are you?
Hello, thank you. I'm really fine. I'm happy to be here in Mexico and playing these great shows for great Mexican people. I love it.
Perfect. So, first of all, you are currently in Mexico to play at the upcoming Imperio Azteca Metal Fest. How do you feel about this visit to Mexico?
I'm of course honored to be invited here to play this wonderful festival. I was here. My first time was in 2024.
Mhm.
So this is now my second tour here, and I'm happy that I'm able to do this, and I'm really waiting forward to the festival, and it's going to be great, I'm sure.
So, the musical style that you present on your guitar can be defined as progressive shred metal. So, I want to start by asking, where does the inspiration to be a lead guitarist comes from?
Yes. That's basically my style. But in my music, I think I try to combine also different elements. It's not only metal. So
Mhm.
I'm doing some classical stuff also, like Vivaldi on my shows, and also some kind of ethnic influences here and there.
Mhm.
And actually, tomorrow I'm going to be performing a new song for my upcoming album.
Mhm.
And the song will have some elements from Latin music. Actually, it's inspired by my trips
Mhm.
in Mexico.
Yeah. and
Yes, yeah.
and actually, this musical style, the shred metal, is really demanding with a lot of technique, vision, and virtuosity. What do you like about this musical style, and what challenge do you face at the moment of playing it live?
I since little kid when I started playing guitar, I was drawn into this more technical
Mhm.
stuff. For some reason, it just sounds interesting to me. And yes, it's very demanding, and I have to, like you see, I have to practice every day to keep it up. But mainly, I do it, I guess, to challenge myself.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's same thing like with classical music. It's usually pretty demanding technically.
Mhm. Okay, okay. And
So
mhm. And
mhm.
I think that shred music is more complicated because there isn't always a voice that connect with the audience. Mostly it is instrumental music. How do you deal with this? What is your way of connecting with the audience that listens to you and capture their attention?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, first of all, I try to take a good contact always with the audience. I talk with the audience and you know keep in touch with them,
Mhm.
telling jokes. And the second thing about the actual music, I'm also a big fan of kind of this emotional big movie music,
Mhm.
like Hans Zimmer stuff. So even though I play complicated guitar parts, I try to keep the music also interesting and big and epic, so it can touch people, and it has also lots of melodies and phrasing, and it's not all, of course it's not like 100% only shredding all the
Mhm.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, so you always have to keep in mind that the songs has to be good.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
there is any kind of particular feeling, emotion, or message that you want to share through your music?
um I was playing in China a few years ago.
Mhm.
I was playing in Shanghai Music Exhibition, and this one woman from the audience came to say me after the show that my music made her feel very happy.
Mhm.
So I was kind of surprised, but of course I was really happy to hear that it has this impact on people, and I definitely don't wanna kind of uh, do this negative feeling with my music, even though it might be heavy. Sometimes I want it to make people to feel happy and powerful, and
Mhm.
that we are all together, and this big epic uh, emotion kind of.
Emotions, yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, maybe that is the most important thing about music, that other people can feel excited, happy, empowerment, and
Yeah,
this is like the ultimate goal, I think, of music, to
exactly,
share this
exactly.
kind of emotions.
Yes, yes. And then actually, basically, I'm writing always for myself. If
Hmm.
I think it moves me, and it has some kind of message or atmosphere that appeals me. And usually, if it does that for me, it usually also delivers to the audience as well.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
yeah,
And actually, to talk about yourself, you have released three full lengths on your solo career. What can you
yeah.
tell us about these releases? What similarities they share, but also what makes each one different?
Yeah, that's also a nice question. Actually, when I released my first album back in 2012,
Hmm.
that was more maybe metal oriented, but still it has some pop elements also here and there. Since I'm actually first and foremost I'm a big music fan. I love every music style,
Hmm. Me too.
so I try to bring all those elements into my songs. And there are also a few songs with vocals.
Hmm.
But the first album is always a little bit like searching for your
Your
right
path.
path.
Yeah.
Yes. But the second album, Livestream, there I think I found my style. Actually, I call it visual metal
Hmm. Okay.
because it has this strong, like cinematic feel to it. And I'm hoping that my songs can maybe bring some pictures into people's minds.
Hmm.
That it's almost like a small movie
Yes.
within one song. So the second album was more into that direction. And then my third album, since I love classical music, it's only classical stuff like Vivaldi and Sibelius from Finland and Bach and those
Hmm.
dudes, arranged for my 8-string guitar.
Hmm.
And then my last and latest album, which was released 2 years ago, I think that album pretty much nails what I try to
Hmm.
do with music. It has all these cinematic effects, even one pop song, and I am singing also myself in 3 of those songs. And it has this cinematic kind of theme throughout the whole album. And there are even some more, maybe some not so serious songs. They are not like jokes, but I hope that they can make people a little bit laugh and smile.
Hmm.
Since
Yes.
there are some funny country moments here and there.
Hmm.
And now I'm actually preparing, like I said, my 5th album. And tomorrow at the Imperio Azteca Metal Fest, I'm gonna
Hmm.
perform one of those new songs, which is actually influenced by Mexican music.
Oh, perfect. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the cover that you made of the song Con Te Parió, that
Oh,
here in Mexico we know it as Por Ti Volaré, and it's
oh,
a really popular song in the version of Andrea Bocelli that is actually
really?
playing today in Mexico City at the Zócalo. I
Oh,
think
really?
it's a free event, so you've had the opportunity and are nearly of the center of the city. Andrea Bocelli is gonna be there.
Hey, good to know. Actually, then I'm gonna play Conte Partiero tomorrow at the
Oh, perfect.
Metal Fest.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
it's
good to
amazing.
know.
Yes,
All right.
and besides the electric guitar, you also play the acoustic guitar. Which one would you
Yes.
say is more difficult to learn and to play?
Uh, Actually, I think they are pretty different instruments, at least for me.
Hmm.
Since usually with acoustic, you have to also use kind of finger picking technique, which is different technique from picking.
Hmm.
And also, acoustic guitar is probably more physical instrument. You have to press harder and pick harder.
Hmm.
Um, but of course, with an acoustic guitar, you cannot usually do that kind of super shreddy solo
Yeah.
stuff. So it's kind of electric guitar has its own things you can do, and acoustic has its own things.
Hmm.
So basically, I'm not comparing, but I would say acoustic is more difficult anyway.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that even the lack of distortion, maybe you
yeah,
can hide the little mistakes. So in the
yeah.
acoustic guitar, you see the musician more focused and more even nervous to to make a little one.
Yeah,
And
that's true. Yes, yes. And actually, I want to add, during my kind of full solo shows I do, especially in Finland,
mhm,
I have this little acoustic section on my set, I'm playing 4 songs with my acoustic guitar also to make it versatile. And there's one piece by Bach I'm doing, and then Aldimela song, it's the Mediterranean Sundance song, which is kind of technical piece for acoustic guitar. So I'm also trying to do this technical stuff with acoustic, and it's demanding for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. And since you're from Finland, I need to ask. In Finland, it's a country with many very good heavy metal bands. It was even recently said that Finland is the country with most metal bands in the world. What do you think that Finland have to make it such a strong power in the heavy metal world?
Yeah, good question. I've been also wondering that for myself. Yes, I think it has to do with the climate actually, because it's so dark there and cold. The winter is like half a year only darkness, so it's a little difficult, to feel that happy vibe which you have usually in a sunny, warm countries. So I think the climate when it's dark and cold, so that inspires to make heavy metal music, I think. And also, practicing instruments is nice escapism out from the darkness and winter. So it keeps your thoughts away from the Mordor, so to speak.
And what advice can you share for people who are learning to play the guitar, or for those who have been playing for years but feel that they are not making progress?
Okay, yes. I think the most important thing is to be passionate of what you're doing. If you don't have the passion, then it's probably a little difficult to practice. And myself, I find that practicing is super fun. I love to practice difficult stuff and also easy stuff. So you have to love practicing. And you have to find a way to motivate yourself, For me, it has always been kind of easy to motivate myself because it's so fun, and I'm happy when I see I can feel some progress, happening. And if you are like experienced player, I think there's always room to improve. We are never ready with the instrument.
Yes.
Yes, I feel like there's many lifetimes worth of things to learn. So try to focus on things that you like and listen lots of different music. So probably you will find your own kind of niche and practice that kind of stuff which you find interesting. And yes, that's it.
And can you share with us what are maybe one of your biggest influence in the guitar, but in the heavy metal world?
Okay, in heavy metal world, that would be probably Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, perfect. Really nice.
His first heavy metal hero for me. Then came Steve Vai. And after that, the doors kind of opened. I found Joe Satriani. Okay, he's not kind of heavy metal, but
more metal than a lot of metal bands.
Anyways. And then John Petrucci, of course. Michael Romeo from Symphony X.
Another great guitar player, yes.
He's great, yes. And also this younger guy, Marcos Fogli.
We don't know him, but I want to share it.
Yeah, please check him out. He's fantastic. Actually, he has also his solo albums, but he also plays on James O'Bree's solo albums.
Okay.
James O'Bree from Dream Theater, he has multiple solo albums. So Marcos Fogli is playing guitar on those albums as well. And he's perfect for my taste. He's very versatile. He can do country, metal, pop, anything with good technique and good taste. So.
And for the people that are about to discover your music, what is the best song for them to start listening to Samuli Federley?
Okay. I would say probably from my second album, a song called Guitar Kung Fu.
Guitar Kung Fu.
Yes. The title tells it all. It's melodic, but it's technical, it's epic, it's kind of movie-like song. And we have a great music video also for that song. You can find it from YouTube. So maybe that one, or for my latest album, a song called Lost Horizon.
And the last question, Samuli, is do you have any favorite Mexican food?
Actually, I love it all. Even in Finland, we have lots of Mexican restaurants, so I sometimes go to eat there. Well, of course, tacos, burritos, they're amazing. Enchiladas. And yesterday I had this, actually, sorry, I can't remember the name of the food, but it was kind of like soup with chicken and...
pozole?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, pozole is like a really traditional soup here in Mexico. Perfect. So, Samuli, I can only thank you for your time and willingness for this talk. Likewise, I wish you all the success in your presentation at Imperio Azteca Metal Fest, and we hope to see you again in Mexico for a third, fourth, and more times.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for having me, and see you tomorrow at the Metal Fest.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks.